Okay, so for our project, we chose Starbucks, and I'm Micah.
I'm Luke.
I'm Gabe.
I'm Henry.
The age of our Starbucks is gone. Welcome the new and improved, the unveiling of organic, natural coffees for the backbone holding up our very nation. The blue collars, a lumberjack for example, or in our terms, outdoorsy men. But this isn't how Starbucks always was.
Starbucks was founded in 1971 in Seattle by Jerry Baldwin, Zev Siegel, and Gordon Booker. The Starbucks we all know has some very distinct characteristics. Its color scheme is light green and white, which are both millennial colors, and they help attract the target audience, which is working adults or young professionals, as well as artsy, hip teens. Starbucks strives to strengthen local communities with their cafes and to provide many job opportunities for locals. Starbucks' slogan is to inspire and nurture the human spirit, one person, one cup, one neighborhood at a time. One of their taglines is, "It's not just coffee, it's Starbucks." These are some current Starbucks ads. As you can see, these ads are extremely artsy, like their time-exclusive unicorn frappuccino, and the other two are very urban and appealing to young businessmen. By using relatable images. The ad uses pathos because it brings a feeling of familiarity. And these ads all have the Starbucks logo very big in the center of the images, using ethos by relying on the fact that people recognize their brand.
Here's our new and improved Starbucks. Introducing Starbucks Outdoors. Starbucks Outdoors is now focused on men of all ages who are blue-collar, hardworking men. We're going after the man that doesn't go to an office and sit at a desk for 8 hours. No, we want the man whose office is the great outdoors. We're looking for the outdoorsy man who has a certain grittiness about him. Because we are targeting the strong man, we need to be selling coffee that is as strong as well. We will be selling the strongest brews at Starbucks Outdoors to help you get through your tough workday. Our purpose is to jumpstart each working man's day, meaning we want to give him the strength and energy to do his job to the fullest. Here's our new logo that we developed. We chose to use the color scarlet red because we feel that it represents manliness and toughness, and we also chose to use forest green because we are targeting outdoorsy men whose office is a forest, so we felt forest green was an obvious choice. Then we chose deep black because that represents grittiness and toughness, which are traits we want our target audience to possess. Our logo has the deep black silhouette of a buck, symbolizing the outdoors and also being part of our name, jumping over a deep black star that plays into the name Starbucks as well. Then we have the silhouette of evergreen trees in a forest, which is where most of our customers will be working. We incorporated scarlet red by putting it at the top of the circle and forest green by putting it at the bottom half of our logo. Our new motto is now a stronger brew for a stronger you. This means that the men we are targeting are far stronger and tougher than the average worker who sits behind a desk for 8 hours. With that being said, we can't give him any average coffee. We need to give him Starbucks Outdoors so he can get through his tough day.
So some other of our taglines, so we'll just all go through these. So these would be like in different promotions that we'd have. So one of them would be coffee to satisfy your inner beast. So beast could be being another animal like a buck or just the coffee in general. So it's sort of just like taming and just your inner fire just of getting through your day.
Another one that we used in our billboard was "Not Your Average Joe," playing on like the average Joe worker in the office and Joe as in coffee.
Another one would be get more for your bucks. So bucks coffee, that could be like the whole Starbucks, or money, so it'd obviously be more cost efficient. And then also just playing into the whole animal role in nature, so that also is a play on words.
Another one is coffee made simple, and we believe that we're going after the simple man that's not like a millennial. He just works hard and goes to the forest to cut down wood. He's simple, so we're making our coffee simple as well.
And then our last one is a stronger brew to power through. So this is just another thing of getting through your 8-hour workday, working from sun up to sundown. And it's sort of along the same lines as a stronger brew for a stronger you, but it's sort of like getting through the day. So it emphasizes the fact that our coffee is sort of a necessity that you need to stay strong and be outside working hard for the entire day.
So this is our billboard, and as you can see from the cubicles, the very bland gray cubicles that seem to expand into forever, you can see that boring has kind of become the new norm in the office space. Odds are if you see this on a regular basis, you usually work your 9 to 5, you commute back home to your overpriced apartment, you eat your raw ramen and curse the baby boomers for ruining the economy. However, you can see in the center there that that man is different. And what's that? A Starbucks cup of coffee on his desk? You can see that he's clearly in a different environment, surrounded by vibrant trees and moss growing up, and that he obviously has plenty of fresh air. You can see our very large logo displayed in the bottom right to emphasize that this is in fact a Starbucks ad and you should buy Starbucks coffee. And then you can see our tagline, not your average Joe, as Luke discussed earlier. It's in our vibrant red color to emphasize power and the power of our audience. Our logo uses ethos because Starbucks is a very popular brand. People already trust our brand, and the man sitting there is dressed in attire that is very similar to our target audience already. We kind of use pathos here because everyone at some point in their life has been in a boring situation, whether it's been in an office, in school, where the minutes seem to feel like hours. So the audience will kind of recollect that feeling, and then they see the man sitting there and they almost feel like a sense of liberation that they should try Starbucks so they can be freed from boringness. And that also kind of ties into logic, like why would you be boring when you could drink Starbucks coffee and free your mind and your spirit?
Okay, so for our 3D product, we chose coffee-scented little trees, and so we're passing around these now, so you can just smell them. So these trees could be brown or green or black, and they help signify your own support in maintaining our communities, our wilderness, and the nature itself. But that's not all that these products help do. They help you soothe you before a day's work by giving you a rich coffee ground smell to your vehicle. We chose the colors blue and green and black because they both represent nature as a whole, but we also chose them because of their deeper meanings. Brown represents the steadfastness, and the deep green represents growth. If it's natural growth or physical, emotional growth, you can decide. But it also stands for your daily renewal of your energy. We would pass these out in an REI because this already hits our target market by hitting a store with a strong wilderness and outdoorsy market like REI already has. This means that the people who shop there would already support our desire to uphold nature around us and are more in need of a daily refresh from a hard day's work.
For our social media, we chose an Instagram, and then Henry, just keep it on the profile for a little bit. So our ad is Starbucks Outdoors because it's Starbucks and it also reaches our target audience. And then our profile picture is our logo, so that just creates ethos so people recognize our logo more. And then in our bio, we have the name of the company and just our slogan. So then for this post, for all of our posts, we have the consistent tags of #StrongerBrew and #4you. So that made all of them the same, and it came to it appealed to our target audience. And then this uses pathos because it appeals to the emotions of the blue-collar workers, because most know the feeling of being like tired from a day's work, and it says like need a break from your hard day's work, nothing like Starbucks coffee to give you a boost through the day. So then they know the feeling, and it's the same that they usually have, I guess. And then it uses ethos because we have our logo really big in the picture, and it's the main focus of the picture. And like that makes our brand more well known. And that's about it.
So this is our fabulous commercial, shot in -5-degree weather. that was our commercial. And it was set in a woodsy environment, which will appeal to our target audience, because that's where they obviously spend a lot of their time, either in their job or in their free time. And then at the beginning of the video, the subject of the video was obviously very tired, dragging their axe behind them, chopping in a very slow manner. And you could see they were drinking very average, or you could say generic coffee that obviously was not suitable for them. And someone pops up from behind a tree and then offers them a better option than what they currently have, and try this, flashes on the screen in big letters in our logo colors to also encourage the audience themselves to try this. And then the subject undergoes a sort of transformation. They get up with a new spring in their step, they chop much faster, intense music and explosions play to show how the lumberjack is powered up and ready to go. We then displayed our logo and tagline at the end of the commercial to reinforce our brand, to make sure everyone knows that's a Starbucks ad. You need to buy Starbucks coffee. This also emphasizes pathos, because everyone's been in a sort of situation where they're starting off their day rough, woke up on the wrong side of the bed, they just want to go back to sleep. And that this almost gives them a sense of hope, that they say, there's a better alternative. You don't have to be dragging your axe behind you on the day to work. You can be leaping and bounding. And then we also use logos, because why be tired when you can be bursting with energy?
Okay, so in conclusion, our newly marketed company provides coffees to those who work from sunup to sundown, the blue collars. We have a stronger company plan than the current Starbucks because of our continuous support to the nature and the untouched target market of lumberjacks, construction men, city maintenance, essentially the backbone of daily life. We have perfectly modeled the ideals of our marketing campaign to convey a warm, familiar feeling to the outdoorsy, wilderness-type guys through our new color scheme of black, red, and deep forest green. Our naturistic appeal and a simplistic sense to our coffees. With our new Starbucks, we give you a stronger brew for a stronger you. And that's our presentation.